You are not broke because you are lazy. You are not broke because you are unlucky. You are broke because your brain, the same brain that kept your ancestors alive for 200,000 years, was never built to build wealth. And today, we are going to prove it. What you are about to hear is not motivational fluff. This is neuroscience, behavioral economics, and psychology. Three fields that, when combined, explain exactly why brilliant people with good jobs and good intentions end up with nothing in the bank. Stay with me. This one video could change how you think about money for the rest of your life. Here is a number that should disturb you. In a study of over 10,000 people across 20 countries, researchers found that the number one source of stress was not health. It was not relationships, it was money. And yet, the same research showed that most people never talk about it. They suffer in silence, make the same mistakes in cycles, and wonder why nothing ever changes. The truth is this: money problems are rarely about money. They are about psychology. They are about the invisible programs running in your subconscious. Programs written in childhood, reinforced by fear, and activated every single time you make a financial decision. Today we are going to expose 6 of those programs, and for each one, I'm going to give you the exact rewire. Your brain hates losing twice as much as it loves winning. This is called loss aversion. And it was discovered by Nobel Prize-winning psychologist Daniel Kahneman. His research proved that losing $100 causes twice as much psychological pain as gaining $100 brings pleasure. What does this do to your finances? It makes you hold on to bad investments too long. It makes you avoid starting a business because you fear losing your savings. It makes you refuse a salary negotiation because you fear being told no. The loss you have not experienced yet feels more real than the gain waiting for you. The rewire. Every time you feel paralyzed by a financial decision, ask yourself, am I making this choice to gain something or just to avoid losing something? The answer will tell you everything. Here is a question. Would you rather have $50 right now or $100 in 30 days? Most people choose the 50. Even though the math is obvious, this is present bias. Your brain's obsessive preference for immediate reward over future gain. It is why you buy the new shoes instead of adding to your savings account. It is why you eat the fast food instead of cooking. It is why you watch 4 hours of television instead of working on your side business. Your brain literally discounts the future. The further away the reward, the less real it feels. Wealthy people have trained themselves to do the opposite. They delay gratification, not because they are stronger people, but because they have restructured their environment so the future reward feels just as real as the present one. The rewire: automate your savings. Pay yourself first before your brain gets involved. Make the future reward automatic so willpower never has to enter the equation. In 2013, Princeton researchers ran an experiment. They gave people financial problems to solve. And they found that when people felt financially stressed, their IQ dropped by the equivalent of 13 points. 13 points. Scarcity, the constant feeling of not having enough, consumes mental bandwidth. It narrows your focus to the immediate problem so severely that you literally lose the cognitive capacity to think long-term. This is why people who are struggling financially often make the decisions that keep them struggling, not because they are irrational, but because their brain is in survival mode. Survival mode cannot plan for the future. It can only react to today. The rewire. Create even a small financial buffer, 1 month of expenses, and your brain shifts from scarcity mode to abundance mode. The thinking changes, the decisions change, the results change. We are tribal animals. For 100,000 years, your status within your tribe determined whether you ate, whether you reproduced, whether you survived. So your brain is wired, at the hardware level, to constantly compare itself to others. In the modern world, this instinct has been weaponized against you. Social media shows you a highlight reel of everyone's best moments. Advertising makes you feel that you are one purchase away from the life you deserve. Your neighbor buys a new car, and suddenly your perfectly good car feels like a failure. This is called social comparison theory, and it is the single biggest driver of lifestyle inflation. You earn more, you spend more, you save nothing, because the reference point is always someone with more. The wealthiest people I have studied share one habit. They stopped comparing. They compete with who they were yesterday, not with what their neighbor bought today. The Rewire. Unfollow Aku. Here is something your bank statement knows that you have not admitted yet. You spend more when you are sad. You spend more when you are anxious. You spend more when you are bored. And you spend more when you are celebrating. In other words, almost every emotional state you experience leads to spending. This is not weakness. This is neuroscience. Dopamine, the brain's reward chemical, is released when you anticipate a purchase, not when you make it. The moment you click Add to Cart, you get the hit. By the time the package arrives, the dopamine is gone and you feel nothing. Retailers know this. They have built entire systems around this loop. Limited time offers, one-click purchasing, free returns, next-day delivery. Every design decision is engineered to trigger your dopamine before your rational mind can intervene. The Rewire. Implement the 48-hour rule. Any non-essential purchase over $50 must wait 48 hours. Most of the time, you will not buy it. The emotional state passes. The dopamine urge fades. Your money stays in your account. This is the deepest one. Before the age of 7, your brain operates almost entirely in a theta brainwave state, which is essentially a hypnotic, highly programmable mode. Everything you saw, heard, and felt about money in those early years became a program installed directly into your subconscious. If you heard, "We cannot afford that," regularly, your brain learned money is scarce and unattainable. If you heard, "Money is the root of all evil," your brain learned wealth is morally wrong. If money was never discussed, your brain learned money is shameful and secret. If your parents fought about money, your brain linked money to conflict and pain. These are called money scripts, and they run silently in the background of every financial decision you make as an adult. You do not consciously choose to self-sabotage. The program does it for you. The research of financial psychologist Dr. Brad Klontz found that money scripts formed in childhood are the most accurate predictor of adult financial behavior, more than income, education, or intelligence. The Rewire. Write down the 3 money messages you heard most as a child. Then ask yourself, is this actually true? Is this my belief or someone else's fear that I inherited? You cannot delete a program you cannot see. 6 traps, 6 rewires. Loss aversion, present bias, scarcity thinking, social comparison, emotional spending, and the money scripts that started before you were old enough to understand them. None of these make you a bad person. None of them make you a failure. They make you human. But knowing they exist, naming them, that is where freedom starts. The difference between people who build wealth and people who struggle is not intelligence, it is self-awareness. The wealthy person has learned to observe their own mind, to catch the loss aversion before it freezes them, to notice the emotional trigger before they open Amazon, to question the inherited belief before it makes a decision for them. This is not something they were born with. It is something they practiced, and it starts with one thing: a decision. A decision to stop blaming external circumstances and start studying your own psychology. Your income is a result. Your net worth is a result. Your financial life is a result. Results are always downstream of. Mindset. Change the thinking. The results follow. If this video made you think differently about money, do one thing. Pick the one trap from this list that hit the hardest. The one where you thought, that is me. Write it down. That is your starting point. And if you want to go deeper, subscribe to Motivated AI. Every week, we publish videos on the psychology of success, the science of wealth, and the mindset shifts that actually move the needle. New video every week. Hit subscribe so you never miss one. I will see you in the next one.